World-ranked middleweight Willie Monroe dropping his glasses. What's happened, Willie? We just saw the fight with Garcia and Thurman. What'd you think?
It went the way I expected it. But I mean, it was a good fight. You got to give credit to someone like Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia for fighting each other. You know what I mean? They could have easily cherry-picked and danced around it. You know what I mean? In their primes, both of them are champions, and they turned their attention towards each other and made it a good fight. So you got to commend both of them.
I think Keith may have seen you in the crowd. I think he tried to channel his inner Willie Monroe. He didn't do it quite like you do it. But, you know, I know we talked off camera. You appreciate the guys who move and box.
Yeah.
And how do you think Keith did in that role tonight?
Well, like I tell everybody else, he did a good job at turning it on and turning it off. He boxed when it was needed, and he banged when it was needed, and he took the play away. So, but I mean, you got to give both of them props again. Like I said before, you got two great champions in their prime who said we'll fight each other. We're not going to dance around until we're both 37 years old. We're going to fight each other. You know what I mean? And we got to commend both of them, man. Both great champions.
Let's get to you. Next couple weekends will be highlighted by middleweights. We'll get to you in a second.
Right.
Just a brief sentence or two, Lemieux Stevens.
Lemieux Stevens should be a good fight. I think it's going to be one of those fights of who lands the best shot first that dictates it. But if I had to pick one, I'm leaning towards Stevens.
I know you'll be ringside. Maybe you going to take some notes in your head on that fight?
Yeah, absolutely. They're both in my weight class. You have to watch them. You have to watch anybody in your weight class or around your weight class. So, but I mean, if I could get the winner of those two, that would be great. That would be awesome.
Week after Golovkin Jacobs.
Another great fight. You know, you got two young champions who could definitely dance around fighting each other and fight somebody else. And here they are, about to fight each other. So you got to give Golovkin props. You have to give Danny Jacobs props. You know what I mean? I came up in the amateurs with Jacobs, and I fought Golovkin, so I know them both pretty well. I think it's going to be a good fight. It's a toss-up to me. I'm not putting a name or nothing on it. I think it's going to be a great fight.
On to you. Obviously, I think you would, you know, there's some obvious names out there. We mentioned the winner of Lemieux Stevens.
Right.
I know a young man who was a former 154-pound champion said he wants to come up to middleweight by the name of Jamal Charlo.
Yeah.
I think you guys have kind of started a little dialogue with each other on the social media outlets. Some other names out there. I know there was a Polish fighter, a 20-0 Polish fighter that was on your list.
I mean,
anyone else?
I want to, you know what I mean? I want to fight good guys. You know, I'm not out here trying to cherry pick and find guys smaller than me. You know what I mean? I'm a middleweight who can still make junior middleweight, and I'm fighting a bunch of big middleweights. So, you know, I just want to fight guys who have something, you know what I mean, that's going to make Willie Monroe bigger, that's going to put Willie Monroe in a position to say, hey, he earned his stripes. You know what I mean? Magic Suletsky is 23-0 with 8 knockouts. That'd be a great fight for me. Jamal Charlo's coming up to 160. That'd be a great fight. The winner of Lemieux Stevens. Those are all great fights. You know, so I'm ready. I'm always patiently working, never patiently waiting.
Now, obviously, there's the obvious names that have been kicked around the last year. Billy Joe Saunders. Now, the WBO's actually...
Oh, yeah, that's who, if I had to throw a name out there about somebody I want, Billy Joe.
And the WBO's actually... they're creating an interim title fight between Langford and Kurtzidze, so maybe that's another guy who's going to have some hardware in the next month or so that maybe Willie Monroe fits in with one of those guys as well.
I definitely hope so. I don't know if Kurtzidze will fight me. We've been trying to fight him for almost 2 years now. You know what I mean? And we got turned down both times, so we'll see.
You're high up in the WBO rankings, so one of those guys, whether it's Saunders or whoever the WBO champion, whoever the interim champion, may have to fight Willie Monroe. So
put them in a position to where they have to fight. Not where they have a choice. Put them in a position where they have to fight Willie Monroe.
Another great night here at the Barclays Center. Anything you want to say in closing?
Thanks to all my fans. Remember, God is love, man. God bless you guys.
Thank you, and we'll see you really soon.
Awesome.